I remember what the Bible said about women and you know, like the evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel spirit and, you know, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do. The paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are natural evil, period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what.
The reason why nice guys finish last is because women absolutely love toxic men. But they have to be just enough toxic to still be a nice guy. Let me explain. So if you think about a woman's emotions, it's up and down like a roller coaster. But the nice guy is often like a flat line, which is why he's considered a creep, because naturally no person, whether they're nice or they're mean, is always going to be a flat line. So women will typically not go for said nice guy because it seems creepy that he's unable to be like up and down like we are. In short, women do like the toxicity. I mean, they don't want to admit this because they don't want to seem toxic themselves, but it has to be like a 30% toxic, 70% normal. Like, it can't be 70% toxic and then 30% normal. You see what I'm saying? So that is the real reason why nice guys finish last. And I know what you guys are going to say in the comments is that a creep is somebody that's unattractive, and that's absolutely correct. And if you are attractive, you might initially make an impression and be able to kind of swoon her over. But if you stay at that flat line like I talked about, eventually, even if you're attractive, you're going to finish last. And that's why nice guys finish last, because the toxic ones will always come first. Okay, bye.
Reason women do not feel safe around a nice guy is because the nice guy is not congruent. How the nice guy thinks, feels, and acts is not congruent. The nice guy might have stored anger under the surface, might feel afraid of causing tension. And so as a survival mechanism is, I will be nice, I will ease tension, I will please you. And if I please you, you'll then give me what I want. It's not how it works though. It's a subconscious part of manipulation. And what happens is the woman then underneath the surface can feel that there's an agenda, can feel that there's not a congruence of how they think, feel, and act. So one of the things to understand in attraction is that one of the things that's very attractive is to be congruent in how you think, feel, and act. And if there's tension on the other side of that, it's not your job to ease the tension. And what happens is, as you're being authentic and not attached to outcome, and you're being more kind rather than nice, that's when you're in more powerful energy.
This idea that women are nurturing, well, what's your evidence for it? Other than we give birth, and anyone can do, like a dog can do that, a cat. So I don't think that makes us nurturing. I just don't see
biological makeup that women are nurturing, and I'm not saying all women are nurturing. Of course, there are bad women out there, and there are also men, fathers who their children. So we're not going to only say that only women.
I will say no, but it is a fact that the majority of is done by women. Like, imagine
say it all. We never say it all.
I actually didn't. I didn't. But I said the majority. I said the majority. Okay, are you trying to nitpick here? Or are you trying to understand what I'm saying? One out of 3 women have a kid, and the majority is done by women. You're the one that's misrepresenting that by saying I'm lying, because that's true. The majority,
You said man never abused
the majority,
they
rarely. Okay, so when it comes to the I think it's actually very realistic to not get pregnant. And in fact, men have made it so easy to not get pregnant. Women said, I want to have casual. So the men said, here you go, here's condoms. And then the women said, no, I want to let him hit it raw. And they said, fine, do that. Here's plan B. They still couldn't do it. They're like, just take this pill the next day. Can you take it? And they're like, no, we can't do that. And so then they said, all right, here's an IUD, 99% effective. You shove it up there and then you're done. You don't have to worry about this. Can you do that? The women said, no. They said, here's a pill. Can you take this pill daily? Can you do it? And the ladies are like, no, it's too hard. They said, okay, we've done all this research. Track your cycle. You can only get pregnant a few days of the month. And the women said, no, we can't do that either. They're like, here's an ovulation stick. You can even track when you're ovulating. Here, you can track it on your phone. Can you do that? And the women said, no, that's too hard. Here's a stick for your arm. You can shove this in your arm. Can you do that and not get pregnant? And the women still said no. They said, okay, here's a pill where you can just take the pill in the first month. Is that enough? Is that enough for you guys? And they said, no, that's still too hard. It's tough being a woman because my gender just lets me down a lot. You know what I mean? If we were so nurturing, we wouldn't raise such terrible kids. My sister works at a daycare and she says she sees a stark difference between the kids with two parents and one, or the kids with a dad in their life and that not. She says they're more rambunctious, they don't listen, they have no discipline, and men don't their children en masse. There are exceptions, yeah, but overwhelmingly, the majority of the time, women are the ones with children. It's over 50% of it is done by women. If it's done by a man, it's usually a man the woman brought into the kid's life. So that's just a fact.
Why the f*** are you trusting anonymous on this T app? Do not believe everything you read on there. I did a little experiment in the Denver T app area, okay? So I posted a man that I met in Arizona like a while ago that there's no way anybody in Denver would have talked to him or seen him or anything. Like, he's never even been to Denver. Just to see if some would say something to stir up. Posted it and I was like, we've been on some dates, things have been going well, just trying to see if like anybody else has been talking to him or seeing him. Some bitch commented, said we went on a date not too long ago. Like, you're a liar. And then I commented back on it and I was like, you're lying because I literally posted this guy who's not even from here. There's no way anybody would have gone on a date with him. So you're a liar. These straight up will just lie just to ruin some you have going on. And that's the other thing. Don't be posting your man because these will come for him. I don't get why women trust other women just because they're women. Women are grimy as too. And I've even had some male friends that have had said about them that's out of pocket, like to the max. It's just not okay. So if you're gonna take anything from the T app, make sure you get receipts with it. Otherwise, don't believe anything these are saying. People love to be messy just to be messy. Oh, and the literally deleted her comment after I said that, so she knows she's lying. Losers, lame ass.
Ladies, do y'all not know women? That's my thing. Do y'all not know women? I know there's a lot of women who do. These be the same women who be like, they don't have no female friends because they understand how devious a lot of women are. The thing about women play in women's faces way more than men play in their faces, because when a man is in a woman's presence, she try to be aware. She's paying attention. A lot of women don't pay no attention to women.
Nice guys make a woman feel unsafe. Not because they're bad, but because they're lying. The nice guy isn't actually a nice guy. He's running a transaction. Be agreeable, break the tension, avoid the conflicts, and eventually she'll give him what he wants. And he doesn't even know he's doing it. It's buried. But she feels it. Women are wired to detect incongruence. When what you think, what you feel, how you act doesn't line up, her nervous system flags it. Not as sweet, as unsafe. The anger under the surface, the fear of tension, the people pleasing. That's not kindness. That's manipulation with good manners. Real attraction comes from a man who thinks something, feels something, and does exactly that. No agenda, no performance. Tension exists, let it exist. It's not your job to fix it. Kindness is powerful. Nice is just a strategy that stopped working the second she felt it.
You know, if you feel like a nice guy, quote unquote, is manipulating you, that is your problem. If a man comes in and he tries to ease the tension, like let's say, I want a hamburger, okay? I want a hamburger. So I walk into McDonald's and I say, I would like a hamburger. The cashier, though, is upset. So the cashier is not paying. The cashier is upset with everybody. But I want a hamburger. You mad at me? Hey, listen, everything's going to be okay. It's fine. I mean, everything's fine. And I do everything in my power that I can to kind of bring you down. And then at the end of it, I get my hamburger. I've helped you and you've helped me. I walk in here wanting something, but in order for me to get that, because you weren't in a place to serve me, I made it so you were in a place to serve me. I talked you down. I helped you to solve your problem or your issue, which was anger. Issue behind that might have been people coming in here making me mad, this, and this, right? So I help you to understand that, just forget about those folks, man. You do your job. What, you got a couple hours left? Do your job and go back to the house. That's it. Yeah, you right. So what you want? Give me number one. You want this? You know what? I'm a supersize it for you just because you've been so nice to me. I appreciate that because I did something for you. And so now in a relationship as a nice guy, I come up and talk to you and say, hey, I'm looking to be with you, right? Or I might be looking, let's say he wants to be intimate with you. Let's say that. You're looking to go out on a date. I want to get out of the house as a woman. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. I, as a nice guy that y'all are talking about is manipulative. I want to sleep with you. Okay, you want to get out the house and want to go on a date. Well, I pay for it. Oh yeah, thanks. This, and this. Okay, well, you don't want to go home? Let's go to the club. All right. Okay, well, I don't want to go home. I'm tired of the club. Let's go sit at one of these 24-hour diners and get something to eat. I've done all of that. And now at the end of it, when it's time for me to get what I want, you turn around to me and say, what kind of person do you think that I am? I'm not that type of person. Well, you were that type of person when I was buying you all of these things. But now you turn it back on me because now it's time for you to pay. I wasn't manipulating anybody. I was just creating a way for myself so that I can get what I want. I was nice to you. I was good to you. I didn't manipulate you. I didn't drag you out of the house or nothing. Nobody made you come to the club. Nothing. You wanted to do that on your own. So we got to stop this foolishness talking about the nice guys manipulating this, and this. Are you talking about a nice guy or are you talking about a criminal? Are you talking about a nice guy or are you talking about a con man? Shut that stuff up.
Because I have felt guilty in the past for not wanting a nice guy and not feeling like, hey, this is what I should want. I should want this. What is wrong with you? I have felt bad about that. And I want to know, are we wrong for not wanting a nice guy?
Typically, women diss the nice guy.
Yeah.
He's not cool enough. He's not thug enough. He's not swag enough. Yeah, you want to know when women typically go for the nice guy? After their third baby. Later in life, when they value what he has to offer. Wow. But now you got 3 kids. Now you washed up. Everybody done been up in them sugar walls. Now you want a nice guy. Now you want a guy that has...
What defines being a nice guy versus being a good man?
Oh, I can't stand nice guys.
What?
Can't.
What's the difference?
They're people pleasers to me. When I hear nice guy, and remember, you have to remember how I associate to the word nice. Nice means you want to make other people happy. Nice means you are walked over easily. I feel like nice guys finish last because they're always putting everyone else before them.
Her.
Whereas a good man,
he stands 10 toes down.
He stands 10 toes down.
Yeah.
I respect a good man. I don't necessarily respect a nice guy. They gonna come for me on that one.
There's gonna be a lot of hurt people in the comments.
Oh. Here's something that men rarely talk about. They do not need women to do everything for them. They definitely don't need perfection and they definitely don't need control. What men wish for is simpler than what women think. Men wish to be respected. They don't want to be challenged at every turn or questioned at every decision that they make. Men also wish to be appreciated, not for just what they provide, but for the pressure that they carry quietly. Men also wish to feel useful, not just used. Like there is a difference between feeling valued versus being treated like a resource. They also wish to have peace at home where they can just relax, not be guarded, and feel safe. Men also wish that their efforts were seen, the long hours, the stress, the sacrifices, all of the weight that they carry that they don't even talk about. Men wish that they could feel strong without being punished for being vulnerable. They also want to be trusted when they are leading and supported when they are struggling. Men are not looking to be celebrated or applause along the way. They just want partnership, loyalty, and respect. And for the entire world to understand, being a man is super heavy. And when any man has these simple things in his life, he can perform at the highest level.
Any woman that keeps leaving a man because she feels disrespected is a woman that is going to be alone for the rest of her life. Do you understand that? Some of the most aware women on the earth are alone and unmarried. Let me explain to you what's wrong with being alone as a woman. It says a lot about you. About your character, about your adjustments, and about your adaptivity.
Is it just me? Or is he trying to make it seem like it's a bad thing that a lot of women are choosing to be alone because they ain't about to put up with no disrespect from men? Who in their right mind is just gonna let somebody sit up there and play in their face and disrespect them? It's the manipulation and ignorance that just be pissing me off whenever I hear a lot of men of today speak. Why do men spend their time trying to convince women of things that they themselves ain't even gonna put up with? I peep a lot of men think of women as pets and not as human beings. And I'm happy that a lot of women are choosing to be alone because no woman should be treated like trash just to keep a little piece of man.
I'm going big on big. Everything gonna be big on big.
Stop playing stupid when your man wants a divorce and I don't know why I'm the victim. It must be another woman.
You ain't fooling nobody. I'm a chick too.
I've been scrolling through TikTok last night and I can hear a woman. And I hear, we've been together for 30 years. We're a week from moving into our retirement house that we built. Everything's paid off. Like, he hit me with, I want a divorce. I'm in shock. I've never been in shock. I begged, I plead, I screamed, I cried, and he wants nothing to do with me. Can you imagine if you built this whole ass life together, everything's paid off, you're retired? You built your dream house and he wants to leave you. I can tell you right now what she did. I want this, I want that, bitch. That's what the you did. You didn't give a about his burdens, you didn't give a about his feelings, you complained, you whined, and you drove the man up a tree to the point where he had no way out. Women will divorce you for next to nothing. When a man puts a ring on your finger, he loves you more than anything in the world. It is unconditional. For a man to ask for a divorce, you had to have put that man through some.
My personal perception and what I've been through, you can't be too overly nice. Like, you could be nice, you could be a gentleman, but like, don't like overly do it in the beginning. Like, literally the beginning, I feel like the girl should be on you more. So I would say like do little shit and then like kind of like just be cool. Like, don't be on her. Like, you know, or like I got you these flowers today, and but don't overly text her like for a day or two. But like do something that's gonna like stay in her mind. Like, oh, he did not have to do that. He did that for me. Bring her lunch on her lunch break or whatever.
I told y'all there's nothing to gain from being a great guy. There's no point of being a great guy. Literally, good guys finish last in dating. It's just is what it is. Like, don't be a bad guy, but don't be a great guy either. Just be an okay guy. I wouldn't even bring her flowers like she mentioned. Don't do the flowers. Don't even bring her lunch on her. No. Do things for her in the early stages that like the two of you can both enjoy, but like just don't be that good of a guy. Just be around enough to keep her interest and enough to where she doesn't think like, oh, he's really rude and disrespectful. But just don't do anything. Literally just be there in sense of, okay, hey, I want to go and take you out.
Just vibe out with her. But that's it. Just vibe out with her. Don't do nothing for her. Literally do nothing for her. And she's gonna like you, bro. She'll fall in love with you just because you did nothing for her. It's the guy that's doing everything for her that is getting nothing. There's a indirect correlation between what women want and what women say they want. And it's usually the complete opposite. And so if you want to keep a woman, just don't be a good guy. That is the best way to get a woman. Just be a decent guy.
So I just left the tire shop because I had to get a tire replaced. Obviously, I had a flat tire.
Just by the title of this video, Entitlement coming in 3, 2, 1.
And as I'm getting out of my car to hand it over to the folks, there's 2 seats, 2 like folding chairs sitting under an umbrella, both occupied by grown men. And as I'm getting out of my car, one of the guys looks over at me, looks at my car, and I'm thinking he's about to offer me his seat.
And there you have it, only 10 seconds later. Ladies, why do y'all feel so entitled to what people already have? Y'all do this with men in every facet of life. It's not just with giving up seats. Y'all literally walk around thinking just because I am a woman, I am entitled to things. A creator by the name of the Black Shawn Michaels once said, ladies, what is something that is socially acceptable that men can require from women? Because women have a laundry list of what they think men should be or what they should be doing. But what is it that men can actually say in return? Not to mention, what millennium are you living in? Feminist chivalry long time ago. Y'all wanted equality. This is what it looks like. How many times do we have to say this? You can't have special treatment, i.e. chivalry, and have equality. That's not how this works. You should have got there before those men and got to the chair first.
He goes, is that a hybrid? No, he goes, is that electric? And I'm like, no, it's a hybrid. And he goes, how do you like it? Why are you talking to me?
So the same man that can't even spark up a general conversation about something basic about your car is the same man that you want to give up his seat to you. Y'all hoes and lost y'all mind.
Offer me your seat. Where's the chivalry? Like, what the fuck? It's hot as hell. Why did you not offer me your seat, sir?
Same reason why you didn't offer him your number when he sparked up a conversation. No one's entitled to give you anything the same way you're not entitled to give them anything. Yo, this is getting, I don't get it anymore. But you know what? You ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. I keep the change.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I personally feel like broke niggas hate vacations. I feel like broke men cannot go on vacation for 4 days because they only worry about getting money or getting back to money. But I feel like a successful man, a man with some money, a man with some money put up, they want to enjoy the fruit of their labor. They want to go on vacations, to drink some margaritas, to be by the bar, to go experience life. That's just how I personally feel. Correct me if I'm wrong.
What are your thoughts on the following statement? Dating for women is like shopping, while dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
We feel like they're runner-ups and contestants.
If women have an abundance of choices, would women ever enter an arrangement where they weren't knowingly in control?
No.
So if women are the choosers, how are men the leaders?
Good question.
How can men lead if it's by women's terms?
I have no clue.
Are men leading when they subject themselves to rejection at a woman's discretion?
No.
So then why do we say that men are leaders when women are in control?
We want you guys to lead while we're still in control.
Thank you for being honest.
Well, I think, what is it, Coach Big Love? You know, no disrespect to you. There might be some men that think of women as pets, but there are some women, modern women, that think the same thing. And I think this is the ideology that a lot of men are attacking. So no, it's not going to be no stopping about, well, you know, you're going to be alone. Well, yeah, stop telling them they're going to be alone. They are going to be alone. These are the women that are saying, I want a man. Why can't I find a man? Because of the way that you act. We can sit up here, and this is what I keep on saying. We can sit up here and talk about how the men are wrong, left and right. Oh, you talk to women like dogs and you treat them like they're pets and all this other stuff. Yeah, I know. Every single man does that, right? Every single man is wrong. Every single man's got to take the majority of the responsibility because, you know, he's a leader. He's got to be a leader. He's got to man up. He's got to do all that stuff. But once again, when we get through and we move the man out the way and say, now we got your portion, How come we never transfer to the women and say, okay, now you got to get your portion. Now you got to get your talking to now. Now we got to address what been happening with you. Now we got to talk about what's been going on with you. We never get there. That's the problem. We don't get there at all. And that's why men said, why are we always on me? How am I the only one always having a problem? That's what men are saying. So yes, if you continue to act like you're acting, you're going to be alone. And when you keep on where all the men at, avoiding you.
I can tell you how men and women can't be equal. If you are to look at force in society, who would you say has the monopoly on force, men or women?
I feel like things are set up for men.
Can you indicate a time in history, ever, in the history of all of mankind, where men didn't have the monopoly on force?
Always. They're always
stronger
than
us.
Oh, then yeah.
So the question, when you come down to rights, is who can enforce rights? Women can't enforce their own rights. Men have to enforce women's rights. So there can never be real equality. There can never be real equality.
Literally, what the
Men
fuck?
are the fact that you feel like because you're stronger than someone or you can overpower them, you're more entitled to some sort of
hang on,
thing.
listen. Inside of your society, you have rights. Those rights need to be enforced, right? So somebody doesn't violate them. Who's the enforcement arm?
Women's rights were mostly created,
it is
though,
usually physically.
in response
What
to
do you
men.
do with criminals?
I mean, you put them in jail, but
And who does that? And then who guards them while they're in jail?
I mean, I don't want to say that because I know women security guards that are rappers in jail.
You're speaking always to the exception. You always look to the outlier. It's not that there can't be some women who are on par with some men. It's that as a monolith, men are the grantors of force, the grantors of rights, and here's how. Whenever you need criminals dealt with in society, it's men who are going to be dealing with the criminals. They're going to be putting them in the jails. They're going to be enforcing your laws. They're going to be protecting you while you sleep through the military.
But have we ever given women the opportunity
Yes.
to be in that
the amazing
place?
part. The amazing part is right now they have all that opportunity and they still can't do it.
Male loneliness epidemic is real, and we've been telling men to open up for so long, and then finally they do, and women start mocking it, and even worse, turning it into some weird flex. Y'all are walking around like, there's no male loneliness epidemic, we're just not dating losers. Like, really? Oh, so we have standards now. This is coming from the same women who have OnlyFans and let that one dude who texts, what are you doing at 2 o'clock in the morning, hit it. Not to mention, y'all have like 5 different baby daddies and you think that we suddenly just have standards? Please, this isn't about how men are bad partners. This is fully about how we've made male suffering just an okay part of society. Men are withdrawing from relationships, friendships, society in general, because everywhere they turn, they're either a joke, a threat, or a burden. You guys don't have standards, you have contempt, and you've learned how to dress it up using therapy buzzwords and TikTok trends. What's crazy to me is these are the same women that bawled their eyes out when on The Last of Us, but they're the same women that'll leave their boyfriends, their fathers, their brothers, and their sons alone to suffer and mock them on social media. And they're the exact same women that are about to call me a pick-me in this comment section because you think that women holding you accountable is threatening because all you've ever had is women kissing your and validating your incompetence and your dehumanization of men. None of you are empowered and you certainly don't have standards. You guys are walking red flags, wearing lip gloss, selling OnlyFans subscriptions.
Do women actually consider or understand men's feelings, or do they just not care? I will say, since I'm a woman, I'm going to answer this.
They care about them pockets. Let's keep it 100.
Can I answer the question,
They don't
Paul?
care about no feelings. You know what a woman told me before?
Paul, you're not a
They
woman
said-
to answer this question.
They
Go.
said, baby, you only gonna get his time or his money. Pick one. Ooh, let that sink in.
That's not true.
That had nothing to do with no feelings.
That's not true. Anyways, I'm going to say this. I will say for a long time, because I grew up in a household where my dad never showed feelings or emotions, I did diminish or dismiss a man's feelings because men don't outwardly show their emotions like women do. And as a younger girl, because now that I'm an older woman, I didn't understand that when I was younger. You know, I felt like they don't give a like, I thought that men just really did not care. So why would I consider his feelings because he doesn't have any? I thought that for a long time, I'm gonna be honest. until I started to become older. And then I started to recognize and understand men because I actually wanted to understand men and have more conversations with men. And once I had more conversations with men, and I remember my brother told me a long time ago, like, low key, men are more emotional than women. We just don't show it. We just can't show it.
What's the question again? No, I mean, this is
disrespectful. Talk about disrespect.
No, I forgot the question.
No, it don't matter. We're moving on to the next one.
Listening to the answer.
No.
I forgot the question.
Do you believe there's a man out there that looks better than you?
No.
Based off of what?
That's our man.
So like somebody like Jeremy Meeks, who's like considered to be like a top supermodel, you don't think like if people was to put y'all side by side, they'll say that he looks better than you?
That's still our man.
Okay.
Honestly, I would never say that anybody looks better than me.
Okay. Sometimes I hear women say, I can't be with a man that looks better than me, or if your man looks better than you, that's like a red flag. So when I ask these questions, it's really just to gain an understanding on that perspective.
Yeah, I guess my perspective is that there really is no man that looks better than me.
But why do you think that way?
Because, like, at the end of the day, there's no man that I'd be like, oh, I would want to be him. Like,
it don't have to necessarily be like you want to be him. Like, do you believe there's women out there that look better than you?
Oh, of course.
So what's the difference between the man and the woman?
The man. It's a man. Yeah. Because
but like, what does that mean?
That I feel like, oh, okay, I feel like she looks good. Maybe she looks a little better than me. But like men-wise, like, that's a man. So why would they look better than me?
Do you believe there's any such thing as an ugly girl? Be real.
I feel like there's women that aren't conventionally attractive.
Do you feel like there's men that are conventionally attractive?
That aren't or aren't?
That are.
That are, yeah.
So do you feel like the conventionally attractive men look better than conventionally unattractive women?
No.
Why not?
Because a man will never look better than a woman.
All right, we'll move on.
Don't chase women. Don't chase her. See if she's attracted to you. I don't believe men are respected when they're chasing women, but that's the problem that we create. Women, we just don't respect men, period. So it's kind of hard for me to talk about this topic knowing that the majority of the population of women, won't even, y'all just gotta stop chasing. Like, seriously, you just gotta stop chasing because it's becoming a repetitive expectation through the generations. Don't chase women. Focus on yourself and
The internet loves to talk about toxic masculinity, but what about toxic femininity? What about the harm that women do to each other under the disguise of sisterhood, motherly love, solidarity, or even protection? I've noticed that there's terms such as pick me, girl's girl. I've even seen women use internalized misogyny. They're used to silence women, not empower them. If a woman presents nuanced views on relationships or isn't bashing men online, suddenly she's a traitor. She's a pick me. If she has a boundary or thinks for herself, she's not a girl's girl. This is not sisterhood. This is control. And what's interesting is a lot of y'all women have experienced the same form of harm in the workplace or with toxic frenemies. It's a form of emotional manipulation to get you to comply. But we don't want to acknowledge it when it's done to men, but we sure want to acknowledge it when we've experienced the harm from those women. It mirrors a mother wound. Many women that grew up with love that was conditional, to perform to please, or were even guilted. We unconsciously create that same dynamic in friendships, trauma bonding, emotional blackmail, or with this frenemies that we can't quite trust. So when another woman finally sets a boundary, we call her fake. We call her aggressive. The girl tribe energy goes out the window. I find it very interesting how on the internet the sisterhood is alive, but in my office I hear how all of y'all are sending undercurrents of passive-aggressive energy. You're intimidated by a woman who's embodying something that you may or may not feel brave enough to do. We're faking this performance of sisterhood. I love you, girl. How are we loving each other so quickly? If we're gonna really heal womanhood, we have to have real conversations. But we also have to acknowledge if women are being harmed by other women, why can't we accept that that same harm is happening to men?
And here's a secret that many guys don't know, especially in today's day and age, is that women love nice guys. We may not understand how much we love and appreciate them until we're a little older, and we've gotten that sort of phase out of our systems. I'd say by our late 20s, early 30s is the point in our lives when we're just exhausted by the jerks and we have no time in our lives anymore for them. So we really start looking for men who we know will be great long-term partners, aka nice guys, right? And that's you.
You know, we really have to go back and look at the clip where he was literally trying to understand. He was talking to the women. He said, in so many different scenarios, is there ever a point where a man would be more attractive than a woman? No, there's never going to be. Are there any women that you think are not cute? Well, maybe not cute, but just they're not conventionally attractive. I'm going to find something that's good about them. And you see how they frame it. Whereas versus a man, you can never be above me. You can never be on the same level as me. He even took it off of her and said, well, forget about you. Any man, any woman, she's not conventionally attractive for the guys that are conventionally attractive, for the guys that do look good. Do you think that those men are better looking than the women who aren't conventionally attractive? And then, like most modern women, their brain goes back to the default answers that don't make any sense. It's kind of like you have like default answers that you have to give if you're a part of something or just not answering a question. That's what you get from modern women. Oh, a man's never going to look better than a woman. But they do, though. They do. And this is what men are finding out. And this is what men are running to in relationship. You never can be better than a woman. That's why women keep on saying, I'm the diva in the relationship. Basically, there's only room for one person to have a bad attitude in a relationship. There's only room for one person to look like the star in the relationship. And if you as a man are seen as a good looking guy, so much so that you're above me or like at my level or above me, that means I'm in competition with you. And you don't even know about it. Modern women have a warped way of thinking.
I'm convinced some women just want the wedding day and not a marriage.
Married?
Yeah.
You were married?
I was married. I was a married woman.
What? How long were y'all married?
Not long. Probably 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Such a great guy, amazing guy. But we just didn't want the same things in life.
Okay.
He was okay with just love and, going to church and having a family, going to work and raising kids. And
you
I was
feel like you
I
wanted
want more.
Way more. Yeah, I get that.
And I shouldn't feel bad for wanting more.
Did you feel like you knew y'all weren't on the same page before you walked down the aisle? So why'd you do it? What was the reason?
That's a lot of pressure.
Okay.
When a man proposes to a woman, that's a lot. And in front of people.
I didn't want to let my community down. They thought this was beautiful.
Look, I gotta say yes. After that situation, I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to hear. Because someone should have told me. Oh. And I'm not gonna put that responsibility on them. But if someone would have been like, hey girl, you're not even happy right now.
He was happy.
Yeah. Man. And that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you have someone that loves you. But at the end of the day, love is not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough because love is a choice. Are you gonna...
So you heard her say her womanese, saying that he's a great guy. They've been married for 2 years and he's the one who wanted to be in love and family and church and God and all these great things, but she didn't want it. What did she want? She wanted to be a bop. That's exactly what she wanted to do. She wanted to be out in these streets. She had FOMO. I don't know how old she is. She looks in her mid-30s. I'm not gonna cap. But it just goes to show that a lot of women just want the title. They just want the, oh, I'm married. Somebody cared about me enough to get on one knee and propose and do this whole big wedding thing, and they don't even appreciate it. And it's funny to me because a lot of women will pray the Ciara prayer and want to Russell Wilson, and when they get him, they don't even know what They do. They say, oh, that's the boring guy. Like I always say, nice guys finish last. So after they finish running the streets, that's when they want to settle down with that nice guy. Gentlemen, don't be the nice guy. Be the first choice. Always be the first choice, because they'll do like this. They won't appreciate you. They will say you have no value, and they'll leave. Then they go back to the streets and get ran through again. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. And all I want to do is ask this young lady one question. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
Well, if you're chasing him, you've already lost. You've lost. In the world and the universe, let me be clear. Lean in. Let's make this super duper clear. Chasing someone isn't confidence. You think, yeah, I'm bad. I'm chasing him. I know what I want. It's anxious attachment, manifesting, pretending, okay, to be dominant and spicy. When you chase, you silently announced that he is the prize and that you need to prove yourself to him, okay? You text first, you adjust your standards, you keep your energy alive by yourself calling, and you're basically steering the whole ship in the chemistry, and he's there like a passenger princess, like, chase me, yes. That's not real attraction. That's the thing, yeah? Let's land the plane. That's effort imbalance. I don't know what kind of life you're hoping to have with this man once you finally catch him, because once pregnancy, life, even forget the children, anything together, ups and downs. If you had to chase him when you're your youngest and spiciest and newest, what you're going to be doing years later, choosing him is different. Okay, that's what you should be doing. Because let me tell you, every man I've been with and the man I married, I chose first. I don't just let random Joe Schmo come for me all the time. Choosing is calm. Choosing is selective. Choosing is dropping the handkerchief and letting him pick it up because you're like, yep, I want that one. Let's see if he chases me. Choosing is knowing you don't need to convince anyone of your value. The unbothered woman, which is me and you, doesn't pursue someone, okay? She notices if he wants her and chases her, and she moves on if he doesn't. Sayonara, see you later. And yes, people feel that immediately. Men know within 3 seconds, apparently, if they want you and are attracted to you, okay? That's unbothered principle 22. Don't chase, choose. Choose him. Show interest. Open the door. Drop the handkerchief and then let it play out. So today, mute or unfollow the person who keeps you performing, trying to prove yourself and hopping through hoops. That's not you being a bad, that's you being a loser, okay? Replace that scroll and finding out what he's doing with actually what feeds you, with bettering yourself, with glowing up, with all of those things. And by the way, the biggest glow up is a calm nervous system, because you don't chase alignment, you curate it. Chasing energy repels, choosing energy pulls. I choose you, let me see what you're going to do for me. Men feel it, clients feel it, opportunities feel it, the universe feels it, okay? Nothing real and grounded requires convincing, does it? We'll see you tomorrow for rule number 23 of being unbothered.
It is suspicious, cringe-worthy, and unsettling to see that some women are frowning at the idea of having a DNA test done. As a matter of fact, I personally feel like paternity fraud should attract a grave consequence, because it is not fair for any man to be cajoled or forced into raising another man's child. No man should suffer that betrayal. No man should suffer that hurt. No man should suffer that heartbreak. Now, brother, I must say this to you. If your heart tells you something, listen to your heart. Follow through to it and ensure that that child or those children belong to you. Now, you also need to understand that for every action, there are consequences as well. If that child ends up being your child, trust me, your marriage might just be hanging on a thread, because your wife will feel embarrassed and feel like you have a high level of distrust towards her. However, I will also tell you that if your heart is unsettled, you need closure. You need to go for it. Now, you do not also need the consent of your wife to ask or to go for a DNA test, especially in Nigeria. You can actually do it as long as that child bears your last name. You deserve the right to know the biology of that child. Now, brothers, this is very important that you see through to it. That is if your heart tells you something different. Now, the reason why I am speaking on this is the fact that there is a high and large percentage of infidelity and cheating going on within the confines of marriage, especially from women. And this is not me trying to justify the men, because yes, they do cheat, but nobody should be allowed or forced into raising another man's child. If they want to raise another man's child, it should be totally their prerogative. Nobody should be cajoled or forced or beat down into raising another person's child. So yes, brother, if your heart tells you a thing, listen to your heart and follow through to it. And yes, this is just me coming here to tell it like it is, because this is no gray areas with Sassy, and we are telling it with love and with light. Do well to drop it in the comments. What do you think about paternity fraud? Do you think it is okay for a man to ask for a DNA test? Do you think it is okay for a man to actually take consent for a DNA test? What is your idea? What is your perspective? Drop it in the comment section so we understand where you are coming from. Do well to share this video so we can get more public opinion on this matter. And of course, don't forget to like and follow this page for more. See you next time.
I can't tell you how many nice things I've done for women, and they got mad at me and accused me of something and told me that I was really just doing it because X, Y, and Z. And I'm going, I just wanted to do something nice for you because that's how I am. And then I get punished for doing something nice because of their analysis of it. That goes on all the time in their heads, right?
Most women, when they look at a man, they see a kind of woman.
A hairy woman, as you say.
A hairy, misbehaving woman who knows the right thing to do and purposely is doing something else. Well, for women, until we gain an awareness and discernment of our feelings, that's what we act upon.
They feel you.
They feel you. What we project onto men is that your actions are compelled by your feelings. And if I can get you to feel the right way about me, then you'll act the right way towards me. And the right way is what a woman would have done. An idealized.
Yeah, as you say, a perfect woman.
So the standard that you are being judged and condemned by is what a perfect woman would have done in that situation. And if you didn't do that, you must not love me enough, you must not care about me enough, and you must not respect me enough. We're like, why don't you love me enough to act right? Why don't you care about me enough to act right? Why don't you respect me enough to act right? And then it comes back to what's wrong with me.
Well, as I hear about deadbeat father, oh well, here I am with my big mouth to address something that nobody really wants to address. Toxic mothers. We need to talk more about mothers who use their children as a weapon against their fathers. Toxic. We need to talk about women who aggravate a situation and then turn around and play the victim. Toxic. We need to talk about women who try to live vicariously through their children, even though they've already messed up their life. Toxic. We need to speak about mothers who sit on their asses and wait on their children to grow up to take care of them because that's my child and I'm their mother. Toxic. And last but not least, let's talk about the women who are nasty, mean, and horrible to other women, who address their bad behavior, who might say to them, you need to change, or not toxic.
You know, they say that single women keep women single. We gonna have to extend that to some of these married women out here as well. They're gonna keep you single too. Well, I don't chase no man, I attract him. I dropped the handkerchief. That's one way to do it. Yes, you could, but you could also go over and say hello. I'm thinking of a couple right now that's married. She probably was on this man's trail for probably about 3 or 4 years, probably longer than that. But as I was following them, probably for about 3 or 4 years, he wanted to go do other things. He wanted to go to school. He legit stuff. Well, you know, I'm not really ready for a relationship. I want to do this first, and then I want to, you know, and he wasn't messing around, but he had some other stuff. I think maybe like 2 or 3 other things he wanted to do before he wanted to be in a relationship. And even after that, it might have taken a little while before they got married, right? So you, at some point in time, you as a woman, now you don't have to throw yourself all over the man, but men are finding out that, hey, you need to show some interest in me. You need to act like you're interested in me, which modern women don't like to do. They don't like to tear down that armor, reveal that they actually like you, sit up there with a mad look on their face all the time. You got to do something. Put some effort into it.